Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Craig. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell, and everyone like the video. All right, now this has just been a great weekend because we ended the weekend with very uplifting stuff because, you know, usually weekend ends and weekend, Monday. Now we have something to look forward to. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing the brand new Donald Trump hat. Just got this last weekend. This is from Donald Trump's official store. It says Save America. So I'm assuming that's his campaign slogan for 2024. But this is the good news. This is the good news. Mitt Romney booed and heckled during a speech at the Utah Republican convention. And then he got all snarky with everyone. He's, you know, and I'll play you the audio. This is, by the way, not the first time Mitt Romney was booed. But, you know, this is going to be his new thing now, right? Everywhere Mitt Romney goes, the new greeting for Mitt Romney is going to be a boo. It's going to be like, you know, it's going to be like aloha. Hello and goodbye when you see Mitt Romney is a boo. But this is really awesome. I love this, and I woke up and saw this morning, and boom, it woke me right up. I was very excited. Senator Mitt Romney, traitorous Republican from Utah, was loudly booed and heckled by delegates during a speech at the Utah Republican convention. See, now that's what makes it even more significant, right? These are his constituents. He was booed by his constituents in Utah. And, you know, Mitt Romney is probably the most prominent Mormon in America. And Utah, these are his constituents, huge chunk of them, his fellow Mormons, right? And boo, he's getting booed. I love it. And the crowd, they kept on heckling. Little image of it here, and I'll play the audio as we get down to it. But this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Let's watch and enjoy Mitt being booed. And, you know, and like many of you, I voted for Mitt Romney back in 2012. I did not know Mitt Romney was such a petty, pathetic, backstabbing of a man. But I voted for him in 2012. I know a lot of you guys did too, right? You know, so we did. But here it is. Let's watch and enjoy.
Shame on you!
Shame on you. Don't you love it? Shame. He can't even get his words out. I love it. Wow. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And I know a lot of us can relate to that because, you know, Mitt Romney. You know, it's because, like I said, a lot of us voted for Mitt Romney. And, you know, we feel betrayed. I mean, listen, he voted to convict President Trump in the second impeachment. Here's another angle of it. A lot of phones in here. I like this one, too. Here's a couple of friends here that are applauding. But you can hear the boos. A couple more friends. This lady's getting up to record it. So like 6 people stood up, right? That's Mitt Romney. But you know, this isn't the first time that he was booed. When he went to the NAACP convention, hold on, I'm having a smile, so I got to have a Coke. You're supposed to have a Coke and a smile. I'm going to have the smile then the Coke. Well, you know, what's very significant about this are 2 major things. It's not just that Mitt Romney was booed. He was booed by his constituents in his own state, Utah, where he's the senator from, and also this was the Republicans. This wasn't just like some random group of people in Utah. This was Republican constituents of his. That is huge. Now, he was booed before. He's kind of used to it. This is back in 2012 He went and spoke at the NAACP convention.
Want to hear.
I'm going to eliminate every non-essential, expensive program I can find. That includes Obamacare, and I'm going to work to reform and save.
Those boos.
Yeah, and the boos went on for minutes there. So Mitt Romney, he's used to getting booed. This is just kind of how Mitt rolls. Hey, it's the way it is. And of course, Susan Collins slams Utah Republicans who booed and nearly censured traitor Mitt Romney at the 2,000-strong GOP convention, and says we're not a party led by just one person. Yeah, we are, Susan Collins. We're led by Donald Trump. And listen, the Republican Party is in big trouble. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. We've got a lot of these Republicans out there. Hey, everyone. Welcome, by the way, if you're just joining. If you're just joining, make sure you rewatch the stream and go to the beginning. There's a lot of laughs there in the beginning. But, yeah, we are led by one man, Susan Collins. His name is Donald John Trump. He was the 45th president of the United States. And he's going to be the 47th president, or 48th if Biden has to step down and Kamala takes over and becomes the 47th. So that's the way it is, Susan Collins. We are led by one man, Donald Trump. And, it's going to be this way for years and years and years. That's just the way it is, and they got to get used to it. But, I want to share a few things here. Because we got to be very careful here. I'll get to that story in a minute. Now, the special election out in Texas, Susan Wright advances to the runoff for her late husband's seat. Okay, now Susan Wright, she beat a whole bunch of people, and she's the one who's backed by President Trump. So President Trump, is this his first endorsement that's headed towards victory? And, we've got to be very, very careful. Susan Wright, Trump's behind her, so I'm behind her. And I know you guys feel the same way too. If Trump says someone's okay, they're okay. But you've got to watch out. Now, there were like 26 people in this election, but there's a lot of Republicans, like this guy here, Michael Wood, and Jack Posobiec tweeted this. This guy got 3% of the vote, and I want to play this for you. Because he's a Republican, he was running in this. Luckily, he only got 3% of the vote. But a lot of these races are going to be 2 people, and instead of 26. And there's a lot of never-Trumpers that look like great candidates. And then when you listen to them, you find things out. Listen to this. This is this Michael Wood character.
My name is Michael Wood. I'm a conservative Republican, and I'm running for Congress in the May 1st special election.
Now, he lost 3% of the vote, so he sounds good, right? He's a conservative Republican. He's pro-life, and these are very strong pro-life things. Some of the best things in life were unplanned, pro-life, pro-woman. So far, this guy sounds like a model Republican. You'd be like, wow, I like this guy.
I'm pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-oil.
Well, he's hitting on all the things. Pro-gun, pro-life, pro-oil. Boom. So this guy, he sounds perfect, doesn't he? Now, luckily, he only got 3% of the vote in this race.
I believe in a strong national defense and secure borders.
Boom. Pro-oil. Pro-gun, Second Amendment. Pro-life. Supports securing our southern border. Sounds great, doesn't it? Well, wait.
I'm a Marine Corps combat veteran.
Well, and there you go. He's a Marine combat veteran, which, of course, we respect.
And a small business owner.
Oh, man, and he's a business owner. This guy is like right out of Central Casting, right? If you were putting together, he's an officer, he's a Marine captain. If you put everything we have right now down on a resume for a guy running as a Republican, you'd be like, wow, this guy, I want to vote for this Michael Wood guy. He's pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-oil, pro-secure borders. He's a combat veteran of the Marine Corps. This guy's like Mr. Perfect, right?
I also believe that it's time for the Republican Party to move past Donald Trump.
Boom. There you go. There you go. Mr. 3% of the vote here this guy got. You've got to be very, very careful. See, these never-Trumpers, I'll rewind it. We'll watch the whole thing. But these never-Trumpers, they're not stupid. Okay, they're not stupid, these Republican establishment people. So what they're going to learn, they're going to learn from this. And this guy was out of the closet with his never Trumperism. They're going to start not sharing that they're never Trumpers. That's right. They're going to start, stop sharing that. Let's go for the beginning. We'll play the whole thing. But, you've got to really vet these candidates. Just because they got all the marks checked on the box, yeah, this guy is a rhino through and through.
My name is Michael Wood. I'm a conservative Republican, and I'm running for Congress in the May 1st special election. I'm pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-oil. I believe in a strong national defense and secure borders. I'm a Marine Corps combat veteran and a small business owner. I also believe that it's time for the Republican Party to move past Donald Trump.
Oh.
If we continue to put his interests above our own, we will lose to Democrats for a generation. Like many of you, faced with an increasingly radicalized Democratic Party, I voted for Donald Trump in 2020. However, his actions since Election Day have forfeited his right to ever lead my party again. We are not the party of conspiracy theories and QAnon. We can be again the party of ideas. Send me to Washington, D.C., and I will begin to rebuild the party of Lincoln, Eisenhower, and Reagan. My name's Michael Wood, and I'm asking for your vote.
Yeah, well, he got 3% of the vote. So, yeah, you got to watch out for these guys. You got to watch out for these guys. They're bad guys. They're bad guys, and they're sneaky. This guy messed up because he told us right there. But you watch, when we get into the Republican primary season, you believe Greg Kelly and Trump? Well, don't you believe me too? I believe Greg Kelly and Trump. Add Brian Craig to that list, please, Deborah. When we get to the primaries, though, the real primaries for the midterms, some of them will be like this guy and tell you they're a never Trumper, but most of them will not. So we have got to be very good at vetting people and listen to Trump. Listen to Trump, because Trump will be vetting these people and letting us know everything that they're up to. Let me get to a couple other things, though. I want to share with a couple things. Oh, yes. Now, here in Florida, I'm very lucky. I live in Florida. And Ron DeSantis is the governor of my great state of Florida here. And I love Ron DeSantis. I really do. I mean, he is the best governor in the history of governors. I could not say enough great things about Ron DeSantis. It's just a miracle what he's done here in Florida. And then he was on Laura Ingraham. Listen to this.
This proposition that we are a systemically racist country. Your reaction?
Oh, now before we get to that, someone in the chat said, how do we weed out the rhinos? Listen to Donald Trump. President Trump is going to primary the rhinos out. So he's going to be endorsing the real MAGA Republicans in the primaries. So listen to Trump's endorsement, okay, of different people, because he and his crew are doing the vetting. And, President Trump may back some people that you're like, what? I don't know. Always trust in Trump. Trust in Trump. Okay, so here we go. Now listen to this. This is the great governor of my state here of Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis. He's talking to Laura Ingraham, and this is pretty good stuff. This is why I love Ron DeSantis. Watch this.
This proposition that we are a systemically racist country. Your reaction?
Well, it's a bunch of horse manure. I mean, Give me a break. This country has had more opportunity for more people than any country in the history of the world. And it doesn't matter where you trace your ancestry from. We've had people that have been able to succeed and all. And here's the problem with things like critical race theory that they're peddling. They're basically saying all our institutions are bankrupt and they're illegitimate. Okay, so how do you have a society if everything in your society is illegitimate? So it's a very harmful ideology, and I would say really a race-based version of a Marxist-type ideology. So we've banned it in our schools here in Florida. We're not going to put any taxpayer dollars to critical race theory, and we want to treat people as individuals, not as members of groups.
So critical race theory banned in the state of Florida, courtesy of our great governor, Ron DeSantis. Isn't that odd? Is he great? Yeah, you can start calling him vice president. Yeah. I'll start calling him Vice President DeSantis. President DeSantis in 2028. Now, Governor Cuomo, he's made history. That's right. Fredo's brother here. Governor Cuomo, he's made history. He's come up with, there's a new, I don't know, it sounds like a new gender that he's created. But look at this. Cuomosexuals. Look at this. Cuomosexuals form Facebook fan group and flood the state hotline. Now, here in Florida, we have the great Ron DeSantis. In New York, you guys in New York, you have Fredo's brother here, Andrew Cuomo, with Cuomosexuals. Listen to this. Now, this is historic because I don't think another governor has formed such a thing before. A group of Cuomosexuals have formed an online fan group for embattled Governor Andrew Cuomo and say they've been bombarding a state hotline set up to report allegations against the governor, according to a new report. Fans formed the Facebook page Women for Governor Cuomo about a month ago, with some members urging people to confront his accusers online, attend pro-gubernatorial rallies, and help fund supportive ads. The group, more than 1,100 followers, mostly women over the age of 55, some of whom say they've been calling the hotline and leaving messages in his defense. Okay. Who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? What kind of woman would become a group with this new, I don't know, it's like a new gender, this Cuomosexual group who's bombarding the hotline to report abuse with defense? This is not organic. This is not organic. Support for the governor was what brought us all together, said Pamela Morley, a 41-year-old upstate theater director who serves as one of the Facebook group's moderators. Cuomo, a divorced 63-year-old dad, has been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior, including groping and kissing by a slew of women, many former aides say. The governor, who gained a large, mainly female following, dubbed the Cuomosexuals over his once daily COVID-19 briefings, has vehemently denied any wrongdoing. And here we go. These are some really sad, twisted women. And the Cuomosexual women, how many of them are married, would you guess? If your wife, guys, joined a group like this, yeah, it's contrived. This is fake. This is not a real, organic group. It's completely contrived. It's completely faked. It's a complete... It's real news. I mean, this group exists, but what I'm talking about is women that are fed up with the unjust, unfounded allegations against Governor Cuomo got together and formed a Facebook group. Who believes that line of crap? That's just total nonsense. Now, let's not forget, this is on Weasel Zippers. If you guys don't go to Weasel Zippers, you're really missing out, because Weasel Zippers is a great conservative news site. And look at this. Yes. 10 years ago, we killed Osama bin Laden. Never forget, Joe Biden was the only person in the cabinet who opposed it. Remember that? Yeah. That's right. Joe Biden opposed. Joe Biden wanted to allow Osama bin Laden to live out his days in this fortress in Pakistan with his, I don't know how many wives and everything, and just live out his days and be retired. And the only member of the cabinet who put his foot down and recommended to Barack Obama, don't do it, Barack. Don't do it, Barack. Let him retire. He's out of our hair. He's an old man. He's got his harem. Wow. Didn't see that headline on the CNN MSNBC review of the day we got bin Laden. Did you guys see that? See that? Oh, man. Now, I want to remind everyone, and I wanted to show you guys this because I talk about this on the radio a lot, but I wanted to actually, you see it. This is mypillow.com, and, we talk about these great deals you get when you use the promo code Kane. Here we are, a week away from Mother's Day. When you go to the website, mypillow.com, on top of the incredible savings that you get with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you get this pop-up screen. You can save another $10 off, right? So if you get the MyPillow dog bed, for example, which you should, with the promo code Kane, Kane, it's $19.99, but with that extra bonus, with the promo code Kane and take advantage of what comes up in that pop-up window, you can actually get it for $9.99. It's a pretty good deal, isn't it? Same thing goes here. Look at this. The MyPillow Premium Pillow. These are great Mother's Day gifts. With the promo code Kane, $29.98. And then with that pop-up screen, it's another $10 off. So with the pop-up and the promo code Kane, you can get the MyPillow Premium Pillow for just $19.98. And that, by the way, goes for everything. The MyPillow mattress topper, 30% off with the promo code Kane. You take another $10 off of that. 30% off the MyPillow throw blanket. These are all great for Mother's Day. And again, you get another $10 off if you take advantage of that pop-up screen. So it's a pretty good deal. 30% off the MyPillow bathrobes. These are all great Mother's Day gifts. And again, you get that other $10. 40% off the new MyPillow My Slippers. I've asked for these for Father's Day for my wife. They come in colors, different colors, styles for both men and women. You get the $10 off on top of the 40% off with the promo code Kane at checkout. And, you know, I did watch today Mike Lindell's appearance on Jimmy Kimmel. He did very good. I was proud of Mike Lindell. He did very good. And Jimmy Kimmel was very nasty and disrespectful. He wasn't funny. You know, he's a comedian. He wasn't funny. He was just, like, mean. And Mike Lindell, I thought, handled himself pretty well over there. So I thought he did a pretty good job. Oh, yeah, look at this. Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney, here she is, fist bumping her buddy, Joe Biden. Isn't that nice? This is, yeah, look at that. There's Liz Cheney. There's Joe Biden. There's the fist bump. That's just what you want in the Republican opposition leadership, right? Liz Cheney promises to campaign on her vote to impeach Trump every day of the week. And it says here, GOP House members are too afraid to remove her from leadership. What are they afraid of? Why would it, you know, it's not Liz Cheney they're afraid of. It's Dick Cheney and his friends they're afraid of. Liz Cheney hates President Trump and hates his 74 million voters. That's for sure. She hates us all. But no one's afraid of Liz Cheney. Dick Cheney, he's still around. So just, you know, and the thing about Liz Cheney, with the Republican leadership, the Republican establishment, I'm not talking about the MAGA, the leadership's Trump, you know, but the Rhino leadership, what they want to do, I've been talking about this on the radio the last couple of weeks. What Liz Cheney wants to do is everything she can do to cause the Republicans to lose the next two elections, the midterm and the presidency. And the reason she wants to lose both houses and the presidency, and the reason she does is she thinks the MAGA movement will fade away. She thinks that if President Trump is dealt defeats, that he'll be discredited, will jump off the Trump train, and the movement will just evaporate. Now, that's not going to happen. Nothing, whatever happens in the elections happens, but nothing's going to get us to jump off the Trump train. It's just not going to happen. But that's Liz Cheney's goal. So remember, anytime the only thing she's trying to win is her own seat. I mean, she wants to have a seat, at the table. But she does not want the Republicans to have the majority in the House. She doesn't want the Republicans to have the majority in the Senate in the midterms, because if we win back the majority, Trump's going to get credit for that. Yeah. And even if President Trump doesn't run in 2024, I think he is. I think most of you think he'll run in 2024. But even if Trump doesn't run in 2024, he's going to back someone. And they'll probably go on to have the nomination because Trump's backing them. She wants that person to lose because she wants Trump to lose. So, you got to always understand that. So don't believe these rhinos that are we've got to defeat these Republicans and we're strong fiscal conservatives and all this stuff. It's all lies. The Republican establishment's platform only has one thing on it: defeat Trump. That's it. Support the Constitution, Second Amendment, pro-life. There's nothing on their platform other than defeating Trump. That's it. That's it. And people need to understand that. Now, this here, I just saw this right before I went live. And this is a tragic story. But this is what is going on at this chaotic. I'm reluctant to call it the southern border because we really don't have a southern border right now, right? I mean, there's it's just total anarchy down there. But this is just a tragic story that would not have happened if Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were doing their job. San Diego boat capsizes, killing at least 2, nearly 24 injured in a suspected smuggling operation. And, you know, because people are not only coming over here in large groups, they're taking a lot of risks and hitching rides with a lot of sketchy people and putting themselves and their families, their children and grandma and grandpa and mom and dad and everybody else in a lot of danger, because the word's out on the street that Biden and Harris say, come on in. You know, if you set foot in the United States, you're here, you're locked in. So people are taking a lot of risk, and there's a lot of danger going on, and it's because of the Biden administration sending the wrong message. Now, this is going to be, I'm not going to read through this article, but this just shows you the hypocrisy of the left, who are really the book burners. They say we're the censor people, but battle brews between conservative authors and mainstream publishers in an era of cancel culture. And, you know, you may have noticed, I've noticed, that there are not a ton of new conservative books out there talking about the 4 years of Trump or anything. Usually when a president leaves office or a new president comes in that's an opposition, you know, the party that's out and puts out a whole bunch of books about their past president, and there's a whole bunch of books about the incoming opposition president, and there's really not a lot out there. Have you noticed? Not a lot out there from conservatives, and it's because the publishers won't publish them. You know, there should be 20 books out about the Trump term, and haven't seen it really anything from any, and that's because the left-wing book-burning publishers won't publish them. And where are all the anti-Biden books? Have you seen an anti-Kamala Harris book? It's because they're book burners. They're not burning the books, they're just not printing them. They're not letting them be published. They're burning them before they're published. They're burning them before they're, you know, made into a book. This is like a pre-burn. You know what I mean? This is what's going on. You know, so it's just something we should be aware of. And this here, Caitlyn Jenner. I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports. It just isn't fair. Former Olympian Caitlyn Jenner speaks out in defense of women's sports. Okay, I'm not going to get sidetracked into all of that stuff that's going on with you know, the trans sports. By the way, new subscribers, welcome. I'll get into that in another time. But what I want to talk about here is this, and this is Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner is a credible candidate in the recall election in California. And people really are not taking Caitlyn Jenner as a serious candidate for, you know, but you got to understand, we're talking about a state that's been in a North Korean-like lockdown for a year. It's just now opening up. You know, Disneyland in Anaheim, California opened up this week. What a coincidence, right? The recall's happening, and all of a sudden Newsom's letting things open up. People are sick and fed up out there. And while Caitlyn Jenner is a unusual candidate, we're talking about California here, you know, and Schwarzenegger was a Republican. He was a different kind of Republican too. I know he wasn't as conservative as a lot of us are, but we're talking about California here. And Caitlyn Jenner, I don't know what chance Caitlyn Jenner has to actually win. I haven't seen any credible polls come out of there, and you know, and it depends on, when it comes down to it, how many candidates are going to be there splitting the votes and everything. But Caitlyn Jenner is a credible candidate. Don't underestimate Caitlyn Jenner. And, you know, Bruce Jenner was active in Republican events in California and would actually show up at Republican events in California for way back when. So Caitlyn Jenner is a Republican, and more of a Republican than most Republicans out of California are. So don't think that Caitlyn Jenner is a joke, because Caitlyn Jenner is not a joke. And if you noticed in the media, Caitlyn Jenner is every time something happens in California, people want to find out what Caitlyn Jenner thinks. Caitlyn Jenner is becoming the go-to voice of record in California politics in the news cycle, and in a serious way, not in a comical way. I know it says TMZ here, but that's just because TMZ's active out in California, and a lot of people, even Californians, have a problem with this sports issue. I don't want to get sidetracked on that right now, but don't underestimate Caitlyn Jenner, okay? And just a couple quick things here, not much. Biden economic advisor pushes global corporate tax minimum. It's very easy for these very wealthy Democrats who didn't earn 10 cents. They're all millionaires, but they didn't earn any of it. All the stories about how the Bidens and everyone made their money. So it's very easy to raise taxes on everybody and every corporation when you don't have a corporation and you find other ways to make money. They just want to tax. And I just want to ask you guys, this is my video right before this one on my channel. And I took this picture. This is not zoomed in, by the way. This picture, I took this with my iPhone 12. Isn't that a great picture? That is not zoomed in. That is me right in front of the space shuttle Atlantis. And I went here to Kennedy Space Center. I know some of you watched the video, but when you're done watching me here, go and watch this video. It's amazing what I witnessed at Kennedy Space Center. And also, I came across, quite by accident, a Space Force military base. A Space Force military base. I'm serious as a heart attack. And I stopped by and show it on this vlog I did on the Kennedy Space Center vlog. And you'll also get to see me eat some gator. I stopped and had lunch and ate alligator for lunch. But you'll see this, which I think was just amazing vlog that I did here at Kennedy Space Center. You'll get to see the Space Force base I went to, which I think you'll get a kick out of. And watch me eat gator too. But you'll get a kick out of the whole thing. It's a pretty good vlog. So if you don't mind, check that out. It's the video right before this one on my channel here. If you're new here, please subscribe and click that notification bell. And everyone that is watching, like the video. The liking of the video helps so much, because what it does is it helps get this video recommended to other people that like this type of content, and that helps me out a lot. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to take off, but I will see you tomorrow morning right here live, 6 a.m. Eastern, as I am every weekday morning on YouTube when I'm on the radio in the morning, all right?